gonna steal your sunshine and I'll shit on your parade. Don't get me started on... I'm gonna steal your sunshine and I'll shit on your parade. Don't get me started on doing Michael Caine. My opinion matters, yours will fall in last place. I'm not shutting up and you'll be learning my name. Fifth in the family, but first in my mind. 1 out of 10, but I'm ranking just fine. We've only got now, there's no afterlife. Look, Mom and Dad, I'm just speaking my mind. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. Everyone's coming on Kyle tonight. Wait, what? No, nobody's coming on Kyle tonight. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. You can't shut this mouth, but you're welcome to try. I only stop talking and drink, smoke, or eat and cry. I'll never shoot up, gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. You can't shut this mouth, but you're welcome to try. I only stop talking and drink, smoke, or eat and cry. I'll never shoot up, gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die.
What? What?
What?
What?
I don't
What?
know. What?
Oh,
Stuff?
yeah.
Yeah.
We really have a solid entry every single week off of that song, you
We
know?
do. We
We
do.
really, really nail the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
Every week. You think we're not going to just make dumb noises when we open up?
Yeah,
And we do.
We don't want to disappoint.
We don't want to disappoint, so we're going to do the thing that you think
The
we're not going
mothers
to
are
do.
already disappointed enough.
It's a really long intro song. If they didn't like it, you know, in the first 30 seconds, they hated it for the rest of that 2.5 minutes, you know?
Well, thank you, James, though. He said that song is such a legit jam.
It's such a legit... It is. We really
I
out
like that song a lot, dude. I
to
think
write a
it's-
good dad rock song
good.
on that,
Yeah.
and I think we accomplished a lot there.
I agree.
Well, hey, welcome, everybody, to episode 15 of Season 2 of Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up. We're here live.
Old enough to get married
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude.
this season
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
in certain states.
In certain states.
Hey,
Yeah.
well. Is it in this state? In Pennsylvania?
I don't think so. I don't think it's 15. I mean, maybe with
think
your
with your
parents'
parents'
consent.
yeah, I think
maybe
with
14
permission.
even. Because, I mean, the Amish, you know, the Amish are in Pennsylvania, and I'm sure they marry some of them off young
Yeah.
before they're Rumspringa.
Fuck the Amish.
The
Yeah, dude,
Rumspringa.
Have you ever been to Hershey when they're taking over the park?
Not Hershey, but I've
man.
worked plenty of restaurants where they, like, will show up in
yeah, yeah.
droves, and I'm always...
Which is, how did they get there?
Well, they always have a guy that's driving them in a van, right? Or
I hate
on a
these
bus.
people. I fucking
And-
hate them.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot
Do they
about
ride the
your...
roller coasters?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
What
'cause
a
they're-
fucking bunch of
Because
shit.
they're
Rumspringa,
not
dude.
the ones doing
Oh,
the
on
actual
the Rumspringa.
controlling it.
Oh.
Well,
yeah.
some of them are, some... Yeah, and it's weird with their technicalities.
Well, yeah,
They
because there's
can go
certain,
to a
like, Mennonites
place-
have certain rules and others have certain, like, different sects
But I mean, like,
within-
realistically, if the Amish, regardless, have to deal with regular people every day. So if they were like, you can't go into a building with electricity, you'd be fucked.
Yeah, you would be fucked. You are not supposed to be using it or operating it, or really
Or
some
own it
people
and-
owning it, and I think that they will
the
then they
Mennonites
can borrow
can
it.
drive cars
Yeah.
and use certain power tools and shit.
Maybe.
I believe.
You believe?
Yeah.
Well-
I don't know. What's his name? Vanilla Ice had a show where he did home improvements with the Amish.
Really?
You should watch it. It's on Netflix.
Oh
it's
my
terrible.
god! How long did this show last for?
I think 2 seasons.
Jesus
And
fucking
it's like,
Christ!
I'm taking my rap game and bringing
That's
it
a
to the
season and a
design
half
game.
too long,
And he
I
basically
bet.
just goes to places that are around, like Amish. I don't remember if it was in Pennsylvania or not, but
Yeah, because I know that they're
People-
mostly
regular
like there's
people that want a
Pennsylvania, but there's
reservation-
also like Indiana, Ohio,
Yes.
like a lot of different like communities like
Right.
throughout other states and everything.
Correct.
But you know what? We're all off on the Amish right now. We're off on this
I have
tangent.
no problem.
And
I love their
no.
shoe fly pie, dude. I
Whatever.
think it's
You like
great.
them, you don't like them, whatever. I'm kind of impartial to them for the most part.
They don't bother me.
But another person
You know what?
I'm
My grandmother made great shoe fly pie. You know what else she did? Drive a car, watch TV,
Dude.
fucking hang out, get a perm.
Well, they're always hanging out.
did you say
And-
fuck and hang out or fucking
Fucking
hang
hang
out?
out.
Fucking, but whatever.
Both of them.
Both
My
of them.
grandmother fucked. I have proof. I'm alive.
You are alive via her. Via her.
And she also rocked perms.
She
Yeah.
rocked some
And
perms.
baked
Built
great
her.
shoe fly pie.
Shoe
But
fly
I don't
pie.
need the Amish.
Zach don't need the
All
Amish.
right,
Fuck
dude. I'm
'em.
just saying they make great shoe fly pie.
They
That's
do.
all
They're
I'm saying.
jerks.
They do.
I'm not
Well,
saying they're not.
I'm
Hey.
saying they're jerks.
hey, before we go way too far on the Amish,
Yeah.
although I'm enjoying it, I need to introduce you two motherfuckers so people that have never listened before know what's going on. See, I'm Kyle
I don't know
Mocha,
who I am either.
and now that's the other
Every
thing.
week.
Every week I
Every
have to
week,
reset
yes.
you. I have to reset you. We are joined, as always, by Mr. Justin Olimpado.
Yeah, I'm here. I think.
That's you. That's
okay.
you.
Oh, cool.
The memory's coming back now.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You were born a small Asian child.
Oh man, that's weird.
And then you grew into the mountain
Yeah.
from
That's
Game of Thrones.
Real weird. It's
Minus the burnt face.
yeah. True.
Oh, wait, that's
No,
the
that's
hound.
the hound.
That's a hound.
Never mind. You turned into the mountain minus the zombie life that you live.
Maybe I am a zombie.
You
Am I
might
zombie?
be.
I don't know.
You might be. I mean, I'm pretty sure after 39, you're just a zombie, so you're almost there.
Almost there.
You're
Yeah.
almost there.
all
I'm
good.
close. Zach's much farther away, which brings us to our other person I have to introduce, Mr. Zachary Storman. Now, Zach, you just popped open a nice cold beer. What beer did you pop open here?
Pabst Blue Ribbon Easy.
Easy.
Low calorie.
Oh, now
All right,
smells sweet.
let me read this.
smells sweet.
This is the Easy Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
Ooh.
Na-
Because the other one's so fucking difficult.
Nature's choicest products provide Why did they put blue text on a blue background?
Because it's
Provide
dumb.
its light, crisp flavor.
It's blue ribbon.
Only
blue
the
text.
finest
yellow
of
ribbon.
hops
Oh no, it's
Uh-huh.
and grains have been used to create our most easy drinking brew.
That
That's
is.
very difficult to read.
That is
down there.
very difficult
until
to
you
read.
get drunk enough by drinking these.
Yes.
You're just
Now
like,
this is PBR Easy. It is low calorie. Now, when I first heard of PBR Easy, I thought it was going to be E-Z. I thought they were going to go that route,
Yeah.
and I was kind of upset that they didn't. But this is PBR Easy. Justin, you came across this in the store when
Yeah,
we
I
were
saw
out
it because
shopping
they're
earlier.
low calorie.
Yeah,
and I was just
well,
like, you know what?
It looks like
Other
it's just a
companies have
special
tried it.
bottle or a special
Yeah.
can first when you
That's
walk
what I
up.
thought it was
Yeah.
originally. I will say, I think I like this better than the original PBR, or the regular PBR.
All right. Well, there's a crispness there to it, in the kind of
Seltzer water.
yeah, in a kind of a seltzery. It's not even really in much of a beer way. Like it has that little bit of a pilsnery bite there
A little
to
bit.
it, but not.
I mean, it
so
has the bite
much.
of the PBR. It has the flavor of PBR, but yeah, I think I like it better than regular
Does this
PBR.
have less alcohol?
I don't.
no
I
idea.
don't believe so. I believe you're at the same level of alcohol
I don't know.
for it, but I did not look that up. And
It's
this is-
147 calories in a tall boy.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Now, while we're sipping on the Pabst Blue Ribbon, I wanted to jump on a topic about something that happened 2 nights ago. Something that used to be a huge event in the world of entertainment, and people around the country at one point, believe it or not, actually tuned in and watched the Oscars. What are you going to say?
I don't mean to cut you off.
Yes.
You said how many calories are in that?
147.
Yes.
Okay, so a regular one has 144 calories at 12 ounces.
At 12 ounces.
How does this have 147 for 16? Oh, a regular one.
Yeah, regular 12 ounces. All right. All right. Well,
and it doesn't tell me the APV. I assume it's very close.
Yeah. It's got to be close. It's got to be. It tastes very. It tastes similar. It definitely just tastes lighter and seltzery.
Yes.
Lighter and seltzery. But the Oscars. The Oscars. Something that happens every single year. And this year there's a big stink about it because Kevin Hart tweeted something like 9 years ago that offended somebody today. So
it's going to come back to me the way I talk shit on the Amish.
All the time. It's going to come back. So they fired him and opted to go without a host, which was a big deal. But for me, while I was, I didn't watch it live, but while I was doing some YouTube recapping, I saw that the opening of the Oscars, where it's usually like a video montage or a little spoof skit. Right. Billy Crystal used to do a lot of like the spoof skits.
I remember him from after the City Slickers. They would do like the Wild West, like them being in City Slickers type deal. And then MTV kind of went into that with their stuff and doing spoofs. And shit.
They pulled that along into MTV for sure, and it was a popular way of opening it up. It made fun of everything, it made light of the evening, and kind of just opened it all up on a fun, clever little note. Or they would do like Hugh Jackman did like a song and dance routine when he came out. Right. Or comedians will just come out and do more or less a 10-minute stand-up spot.
Sure.
Now with no host, they were left with the opportunity to open it however they really wanted to go, and they opened it with Queen featuring Adam Lambert, or Queen with Adam Lambert.
Like live?
Live, performing a medley of Queen songs, all right?
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you,
he didn't sing anything in there, right?
Not on the movie. Not on the movie. No. On the movie, it's all Freddie Mercury. It's all his vocals.
Yeah, but Adam Lambert's been singing with them
for a few years now. Well, like probably 5 years at least, I would think.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, he's if people don't know, he's a guy that was on American Idol, and then he did some Broadway. I think he did Kinky Boots on Broadway and the Angry Inch. I think he did Hedwig and the Angry Inch at some point, if not some other plays along those lines. That is about a man whose penis was mutilated in like a bad attempt at a sex change operation, I believe, and so now he is left with an angry inch of a penis just protruding out from his body.
So it's
and that's
like
it.
Lorraine Bobbitt story,
kind of,
sort
yeah. Except
why
it was
is Broadway
like
so ahead of everyone else?
Because
so like they did Cats on Broadway, and then now
everybody
for a
loves
while,
Cats.
everyone just did Cats on the internet. Just looked up Cats all the time.
That's all they do.
They did this transgender thing forever ago. Because this is an older.
Well, yeah, these plays are almost like at least 20 years old, and even with Rent in the mid '90s, they came out and were like very vocal. I think it's because people in the world of the arts are generally more in tune with causes and things that are going on.
Sure.
When you make a lot of your money for a short amount of time, like performing and rehearsing, and that's where your wealth comes from, you have a lot of more free time, and you then take that, if you're a decent human being, and you invest that into your community, or you invest that into the causes that are close to you. And in the art world, the transgender movement and AIDS at a different point, like those were going to be in drug addiction, are going to be more
do you think that was
frequent in that world.
Do you think that going back to Shakespearean time, because you could not have a woman
they didn't have women in plays, so the men would be
play women.
And
I mean,
women.
There's other shows that went through it, like Kids in the Hall.
Yeah.
Like they just
Monty Python,
Whitest Kids You Know, and I think that's some of the best. Like, I'm not saying that women aren't funny or anything like that, but I'm just saying that
the best comedy
has been the core group of people just playing different parts.
Yeah,
like acting that part out.
So what are you asking? Do I agree with you?
I don't know. I don't. There was a question.
There was a question.
It just kind of got into a statement.
Yeah.
But,
well, it's a good question statement there, Justin.
Cool.
Hey, I have a good question.
What's your statement?
Fuck you.
That was a good question.
Queen played.
So Queen played. Queen opens up the Oscars. They play a medley of probably about like 3 or 4 songs with Adam Lambert. The entire time, Rami Malek is sitting, or Rami Malek, however you pronounce his name, is sitting in the audience just like going crazy, rocking out. Everybody, they keep cutting. Glenn Close is like, going insane. I forget the one guy. There was one guy who just like had the horns up and was just going nutso, and I was like, like it was just a weird person. It was like just a Spanish actor. It was the guy that was in No Country for Old Men, played Anton Chigurh. The murderer guy. I just watched him. We just watched him in something. Javier Bardem. Javier Bardem. He was just rocking out, just going nuts to it. And for the performance, the band is phenomenal. They're still Queen. Vocally, you cannot do Freddie Mercury's voice, no matter who you are.
Sure.
And Adam Lambert's a very good vocalist and is doing a really good job, but it's not like with Journey where they replaced him with the little Asian guy who sounded exactly like him. But he sounded so much like him that you could go live and go, oh, if I'm far enough away, I'm not going to know that that's not Steve Perry. You're going to know Steve Perry. You're going to know at a Queen concert that it's not Freddie Mercury. Obviously, he's dead, but you're going to know just from the voice. You can't close your eyes and zone out. And Adam Lambert, as best as he can try, it just sounds like a really good karaoke performance of Queen.
Yeah.
And it sucks because obviously they have every right to keep playing the music that they wrote, and they need somebody to sing.
At this point, they should just get a hologram.
I thought at some point that they were going to have a hologram of Freddie Mercury
and run the vocal tracks.
Yeah. It would. I mean, it'd be weird, I'm sure, for the band being on stage with more or less a ghost of their friend from 30 years ago.
At that point, then the music gets showcased a little bit more with the talent of the
definitely,
band. You know what I mean?
But it made me think.
Or pull a Gorillaz thing, just put up screens and make actual music, like a 2-hour-long music video that you're just playing through while you're playing behind it. Yeah. But you don't have to worry about a vocalist.
Yeah, it's just it's so obvious with that band specifically because of how incredibly unique his voice was.
Now I'm sorry, continue.
Well, I was going to say, but with that performance following that, I thought, if Queen, can you imagine how big of a story it would have been, how many, all the eyes of the world would have been on a television set if in 1980 you said the Oscars are going to be opened up by Queen, performing 3 or 4 songs as a medley.
That's what they did?
That's what they did.
A medley of songs?
They did a 3 to 4 song medley.
Okay.
And if Queen were able to do that in their heyday with Freddie Mercury, that would have been the most watched Oscar performance of all time. Now, this one apparently was up from previous years, so apparently having
just a controversy to begin with.
See
if people
if they were going to bring it up, if they were going to bring it up, and then obviously people get political and everything's super political nowadays. Which that was one thing that they did really well, even with acceptance speeches. I think Spike Lee was the only one that kind of went a little bit, but nobody was calling any politicians out. Nobody was going at the jugular. They were just kind of saying their little their 2 cents and looking towards the future in the
there was
broadest
Mike
of
Myers,
way.
Kanye.
Yeah, nothing like
Bush
that. Now,
Mike
Myers was there, and when they were announcing, this is one of the cooler moments when they were announcing the individual what they'll do for the Best Picture nominees is someone will come out and present a little preview of the movie basically for the audience throughout the show, and then the last thing they give out is Best Picture. So throughout the show you're seeing one at a time a little bit from each of the nominees. So Mike Myers and Dana Carvey come out and they present Bohemian Rhapsody.
Just as themselves, not
just as themselves, but for the first 30 seconds, they just do, well, I'm going to puke. If you're going to puke, then I'm going to hurl, man. If you're going to hurl, then I'm going to throw
awesome.
chunks. Yeah. And they just do and then
they
just
can totally make another movie.
They could. It would be so funny to see them do 2 two 55-year-old guys who were just way stuck in the 80s.
Yeah, and that's what it was, though.
Yeah.
That's what that movie is.
In 1992, 1993, whenever like the first and second one come out, that song was already a decade plus old. Like, they were guys stuck in high school. See
the movie about Queen.
That would be funny. And now the good thing for that is Mike Myers is in Bohemian Rhapsody playing the record executive who tells them that the song Bohemian Rhapsody doesn't work. Mm-hmm. So there's like a little tongue-in-cheek thing with that.
Sure.
But the Oscars aren't important anymore. Like, they have...
I don't even
most
know
award shows...
who won.
Yeah, I watched most of it, and besides Rami Malek winning for playing Freddie Mercury for Best Actor, outside of that, I can't remember anybody else.
What
Best
won?
Picture was Green Book.
Wait, was that...
No one saw that movie.
Which is Viggo Mortensen and Mahershala Ali.
It was what? Black Panther?
Black Klansman, Green Book, and other ones that didn't have colors in the titles as well. But
was Avengers in that?
No, Avengers wasn't. I thought that was kind of bullshit. You're nominating the Black Panther,
but you're not putting,
not Avengers. And Avengers was as great as a movie as Black Panther was. Avengers was clearly a better film and a better blockbuster movie all around because it had everything that movie had, plus the rest of the MCU.
Did the new Spider-Man win anything?
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse won Best Animated Feature.
Good. That movie deserves it.
Oh, it deserved it more than anything. Those were the ones that I kind of was paying attention to, and then Spike Lee winning for writing for Black Klansman. And he ended his speech by saying, "Do the right thing." And then went, I was going to say it. I was going to say it because he famously got snubbed in 89 for Do the Right Thing, lost to Driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah.
For Best Picture, I think for writing as well.
My whole thing is I enjoy most of his movies except for fucking the World War II movie that he made because he was pissed off at fucking...
Is this the one with Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Yeah.
The one that's just like a clear, just like...
No, I mean, it's about, black soldiers in World War II, but at one point an ice cream truck comes up and it starts broadcasting that Hitler will accept them and they're just pawns, and it's like, when did this fucking happen? And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so he just extremely, it took extreme artistic liberties with what was happening.
Mainly because he was pissed off at...
but was he trying to pass it off as a legitimate historical
I think so.
film, or was it supposed to be...
I don't know. I believe it was supposed to be...
Okay.
Somewhat
See, I only watched that movie
I never even
once.
heard of this movie.
Yeah, I forgot what the name of it. It's something about the statue of like Santa Maria or something like that. Some weird.
Statue of El Segundo.
Statue of El Segundo. I don't think that's it. I'm gonna say I don't think that's it. Well, while you're looking that up, I'm gonna get the next beer we're gonna take a little taste of. Ready?
Miracle at St. Anna.
Miracle at St. Anna. I was close.
Oh no, I saw that. That was an awesome movie.
I didn't like it, man.
All right.
Maybe I didn't see it.
Like,
I remember the poster of it. I remember the poster of it, and I remember being like awestruck by it. But I don't know if that was just a poster or I actually watched the film.
I mean, I was excited for it.
I love
World
movie,
War II movies. I love more historically accurate.
I remember not being super impressed. With the movie, and I'm a really big Joseph Gordon-Levitt fan, and I was stoked to see him in a Spike Lee joint. But it did not.
I previously watched 25th Hour. I love Edward Norton, and that movie is great. Like, that's a great fucking film.
Here's your beer, sir.
Oh, well, thank you.
All right.
All right,
so jump into our next beer. Well, we're tasting, as I poured it into the cups for you,
it's strong.
It looks like syrup. We are drinking the Harpoon Dunkin Coffee Porter.
Yes.
Now, this came out in the fall.
Right.
So, I'm assuming this has been sitting on a shelf at the Weiss for about 6 months now.
Yes.
This beer, if you look up on the website for Harpoon, the way they describe this beer is a beloved Dunkin' coffee brings robust, roasty notes to this balanced and smooth coffee porter. Right. This porter is our tribute to all the days that Dunkin' has helped us fire up the brew kettle.
Right.
So they're also from Boston, and Boston loves fucking Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah. They fucking love that shit.
It's just Dunkin', bro.
Dunkin'.
Oh, it is just Dunkin'.
Fucking Dunkin'.
Just Dunkin'. Now, it says the appearance has a dark brown to black body with a thin tan head, which I definitely can agree with there. It literally looks like espresso. It smells
like a porter.
It just smells like a porter. That's what it smells like. Now, Justin, before we were talking about this, but it smells like any porter.
But yeah, it just smells like every porter.
That's poop. It smells like poop.
You said that your expectation for this beer specifically
is what I normally get from Dunkin' Donuts. Because in my head, every time I see that logo and I'm stopping there, I'm getting a coffee light and sweet usually. So like when I drink Dunkin' Donuts coffee, it's sweet.
So you see Dunkin' on this beer, you immediately are hoping that it's going to taste the way that you make your coffee. Obviously, by color, we can tell that it's not going to be light, and it could be sweet.
It could be.
Now, taking the first sip here, it immediately you get the coffee on the first hit, like right away on the tip of the tongue.
It's actually pretty good,
and it doesn't burn. It doesn't have too much of
you have
high
coffee
alcohol.
In the beginning. Some beer, some porter, and then coffee at the end.
And coffee at the end. The coffee is the thing that kind of like sustains in your mouth.
Surprisingly, this is a porter I could drink multiple of.
It is 6%, so it's not like an imperial stout or anything like that. But I think 6% is where like the cutoff for being a porter, somewhere around there is. You're not supposed to be much higher than that.
And then it goes to what, a stout at that point?
Yeah, I think after that is when it becomes a stout.
Okay.
Now I was looking at the Beer Advocate. It has a 3.77 out of 5, so it's a very good rating.
Sure.
And it's limited availability right now. But one of the reviews, I was looking at the reviews, and I wanted to share this. It's actually the first review that pops up. It was a 1.41 out of 5, which.
Why are you doing this, Beer Advocate?
I don't understand why you have to be so specific with your, like, I mean, why don't we go to 4 decimal points? Why not? Why not? Let's really be advocates about this. All right, so the review says, tasted like cold, black, unsweetened tea and coffee. Would not buy again. Do you agree with that?
I mean, I would definitely buy this again, but I think that's because of what I said in the beginning. When you see that logo, you're automatically assuming that flavor with the label.
Do you think this person was hoping for something light and sweet,
or sweeter? Yes, because they said
donut flavored,
or donut flavor, or something that's a little more sweeter that you're going to be eating coffee with.
Because there have been beers made in the last year or so that are donut flavored beers.
Sure, I mean there's creme brulee.
Yeah,
stouts.
The creme brulee stout's delicious.
I mean, this is a coffee porter, though. Like, I was not, even though the label looks like Dunkin' Donuts, I was not expecting it to taste like donuts or sweet coffee. I've had plenty of coffee stouts and coffee porters.
Yeah.
That, like, I think this guy, if he's upset, it's his own damn fault.
Well, yeah,
it's his own damn fault.
I think he just mentally prepared himself for what he normally has.
For something
else.
Yeah,
it tastes like cold coffee, because it's sort of cold coffee beer.
Well, now, unsweetened brewed coffee, yes.
My gripe is I like this actually more than probably any coffee I've ever had from Dunkin' Donuts.
There you go. Mornings are going to be great for you, dude.
Oh, they're going to be great. They're going to be so good with this. I'm going to buy a lifetime supply from Harpoon. But because you can't get actual dark roasted coffee at Dunkin' Donuts.
True.
They sell what they call dark roast, but locally I've had the situation where instead of them giving me... Dunkin' Donuts, if you buy it and make it at home, that's one thing.
You can get a dark roast.
You can do that. But if you go to them and even order their dark roast, they're not making it correctly. It is not that dark whatsoever. Yeah. They're watering it down a little too much or not putting enough beans in there to get started.
Put more beans in,
guys. You need more beans.
More beans.
More beans.
Need them.
Get them beans in there.
Oh, how many more beans could you fit?
I don't know.
I think you can fit them.
Oh, you can fit all the beans, baby.
Put all them beans right in
baby, you can fit all the beans.
Right in that basket.
Put them beans in there.
Let them brew it.
Put those beans in your mouth.
Oh, I want to watch you brew it. Oh,
wet them beans up.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, this it tastes better than anything that they serve because it tastes like actual. It actually tastes like coffee.
Like coffee, yeah.
It really does.
I get more bitterness from the actual roasted coffee.
Yeah,
like I have a bitterness
more than the actual alcohol.
Than the alcohol.
Yeah,
which I can completely deal with.
All right,
That's why I don't like I like porters, but I think every porter pretty much tastes the same.
A lot of them do.
Everything just tastes like coffee to me.
Especially
you know what I mean?
from the microbrew world, unless
Yes.
they're going with something, again, high in alcohol and you're entering that imperial stout level. Or
really
if they're
sweet,
going
like if you're going for a creme
super
brulee or
sweet,
something.
adding like a cherry flavor or a raspberry flavor, or going the opposite route and going with spicy, which a lot of companies have been doing, like habanero stouts and jalapeno
Yeah, but it's usually
stouts.
not that spicy. It's usually getting...
It's just a heat at the end. It's a heat at the end. And in that way, this kind of holds true. You get the coffee at the end.
I would definitely drink more of that.
You would definitely drink more of this? I only bought one of them. I made a little mix-a-pack thing, a little mix of 7. Only bought one. If you want the rest of that one, you can totally have at it.
I have
because
this PBR here, and then we still have wine, my friend.
We do have wine. This is the next thing I was going to get to. I'm gonna sip the rest of this beer. And why don't you explain to us what this wine that we're going to be tasting before we go to our first break?
Well, realistically, I don't really know jack shit about it.
All right, what was the name?
Chardonnay.
Uh-huh.
Went to the liquor store, I think 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago.
All right.
I don't remember. And I'm waiting in line, and right by the register, I see a bottle of wine for $5 or $4.99. I'm like,
$4.99.
Fuck it. Look at the label. It's called Zomchard.
Zomchard, and there's pictures of a zombie on it.
Zombie, yeah. It's a zombie-themed Chardonnay.
And it was $5.
$5.
Now, do you think it's from like Halloween?
I didn't drink this. No.
I remember you showed me the bottle.
Yeah, it was like neon green, like very eye-catching, and the back of the label.
So you've not tried this yet?
And refreshing.
We just popped this open after you having it for a couple of weeks.
We actually did sort of taste it. I cooked down the chicken.
Oh, you made some sandwiches before we went live. Yes. Okay, that chicken was delicious. So if that's any sign, this is going to taste like really good chicken.
Yeah.
I can't wait. All right, so tasting the Zomchard here.
Yeah.
From a solo cup.
That tastes like a very, very basic Chardonnay.
Yeah.
It doesn't even... I can't even say it tastes like a basic Chardonnay because I'm not as much of a wine connoisseur as I would like to think
it's
I am.
It's sort of sweet. I'm like, okay, I'm going to like it. And then it gets super dry, and I'm like, I'm not going to like this.
But it has a lack of a flavor almost there to it.
Yeah, it almost tastes like dirt.
Yeah. You get more of the alcohol burn in the back of your throat. But it's almost watery, but with like an unfiltered water feel to it.
Yeah, like, hey, we got water, but there's dirt. At the
it tastes like pond water.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably keep drinking this. But
Zomchard tastes like pond water. If you see it, that's why it's $4.99.
Yeah, it'll probably get you fucked up.
Bottle.
Though, so,
it's gonna get you fucked up.
Well, you drink a whole bottle of wine and you're gonna get fucked up.
No matter what the wine is, it's gonna get you fucked up. It is gonna get you fucked up. Now, all right, we're gonna head into our first break here. This week, if you're listening live on YouTube, we are premiering for the first time ever on a podcast, the new music video from our good friends at Headspell for their single Hebi, Hebi, Hebi. Now I had to clarify the pronunciation because I was like, is it Hebi? Is it Hebi? Is it Hebi?
What does it mean?
Hebi, I'm not sure at all. But I knew a guy back in the day whose nickname was Hebi, and it's not about him. I clarified that. So,
well,
that was my curiosity. But this is Hebard. Yeah. I was like, do you know the lead singer of this band from way back in the day, Steady Hands, Steady Hearts? And he was like, no, so it's not about him. And he was like, no, all right, cool. I thought maybe you were like his brother, and I didn't know it. And he's like, nope, totally different name. That conversation didn't actually happen. All right, so we're going to be... No. We're going to be premiering here for the first time on a podcast anywhere the new single and music video for, once again, Headspell. You can check them out at Headspell on Instagram and check them out on Spotify and iTunes and also on YouTube. Yes. Here is the music video. We will be back in a couple of minutes.
See?
All right, and we are back. Again, that was the video from Headspell for their new single, Heavy. One thing I gotta say about that band, the thing that I love the most about their sound is it harkens back to the time where I was getting into what was then emo.
Right.
It has the feel of Armor for Sleep bands of that era. And a lot of it is our good friend Zach Dondi on the lead guitar. Just the trills that he comes up with there are... They're just fun. Like, instead of going to, like, a heavy breakdown like the mid-2000s and onward like they did, it was just slow it down, simplify it, and a nice, clean... kind of like...
Very
approach.
Clean, yeah.
It is so
they're playing
cool
Telecasters
sounding.
the whole time, too. Like,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Cool, yeah.
It's all about tone, then.
It is,
You know what I
dude.
mean? Like, that's, yeah.
It's a fucking...
Cool.
It's a wonderful fucking song, so thanks to the guys for letting us show you that for the first time ever on a podcast.
Yeah.
It's been out for like a week or so just on YouTube. But,
I mean,
you know,
we did
on a
play-
podcast...
We've had
this is the second time. They're our first returning band as a guest feature, so
Which
double
is awesome.
thanks to them for that. Now, this week for our Brunch weekly single, we were lucky enough, Zach was lucky enough to still be in possession of the amplifier that James brought over last week.
I told James if he wants it back, he'll have to kill me.
He'll have to kill him. Or you can buy it off of him for, you know, a pretty penny. You can buy it off of him if you like.
No.
Or he could kill you.
Come kill me, bud.
Come kill him. Take it.
Take
we're
me.
here. You know where we're at. Now, you said we've got this amp, so I want to do something that's got a lot of gain to it. That was kind of where you started the conversation off yesterday. My immediate thought was kind of, you know, a grunge feel.
Right.
And then you said, so something like Soundgarden. So that's where that was our jumping off point.
Soundgarden,
was
yeah.
Soundgarden. We're going to write a song in that vein. So immediately for me,
Which it
vocally,
did start off that way,
Yeah,
I
it
think.
definitely did, and I think
It still has some feel of that.
definitely held kind of the heart of it there for most of the recording process. For me, I immediately think Chris Cornell, his vocals are a little bit higher in the register. I'm thinking more just grunge, you know, just kind of the marble
Eddie Vedder approach.
Exactly. So that was kind of my thought process today, like leading up to it before we sat down. Now, when we got back here, Zach, you had already started working on the guitar parts. And what were you thinking? What was your thought process behind what you were doing? Was it mostly about the tone, getting out of that amp? Where did you start?
Well, I played in D, which I very, very rarely do because I hate it. But, you know, those, especially Soundgarden, you need to play in D. And there's, like, just a certain... Like, it's like a couple... To simplify, there's like just a couple frets you need to hit in certain orders.
Sure.
That give it that sound.
Yeah.
Well, they
and I
also
didn't get
wrote
crazy.
weirdly, right?
They wrote
like 6/8.
Yeah,
like
Soundgarden plays in
crazy
time
signatures,
and stuff.
yeah,
and I
yeah.
didn't do that because I knew we didn't have enough time to really do that well.
Right.
So I wrote things a little stranger.
All right.
Just a little off feeling.
Yeah.
Without getting too down the rabbit hole of time signatures.
All right. Now,
from what I know from after doing drums and stuff,
Yeah.
I really thoroughly enjoyed where the song was going.
Well, I was gonna say with that, you jumped in, Justin, into the recording room to
jumped into the drum set.
Just jumped right through it. You broke it. We had to rebuild the drum set. That took a couple of days.
Yep.
So we froze time, fixed it, unfroze time.
Right.
Could have done a lot more with what
We
that.
should have done a lot more.
We only had one time freezing ability, and we wasted it on rebuilding your drum set.
Sorry.
And it didn't turn out good.
Maybe we'll find another.
It did not turn. Another clock from the movie Clock Stoppers, because I only found one. Found one, and you can only use it once, apparently. I didn't watch that movie too closely. It's a really old movie.
We need to bring back those old Super Nintendo controllers that had the pause where it would start and stop time.
Oh, turbo controller.
It works in real life. It works in real life.
I hope so. I mean, the movie remote's about that. Sort of.
That's false advertisement if it's not true.
Yeah.
Click, you mean?
Click.
Yeah, remote.
The movie, that's like the knockoff
movie
version.
remote controlled.
Yeah.
Remote control, is that what you're thinking?
with Sadam Andler.
Yeah.
And still just David Hasselhoff. Now, for the drums, you jumped into the drum set. You jumped in to the room to start working on the drums.
Yes.
And like we were saying, they do kind of have weird time signatures. So Zach, you kind of just wrote it weirdly. What was... I mean, immediately once you got in there, it was much easier, it felt, for you to kind of find the groove that you were going with. Yeah, it
was, well, I mean, because it's a little more fast-paced, a little heavier.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It wasn't as much the mellowed
very laid
out.
back, where I have to restrict myself as much. I mean, I wish I had more time to work on fills and whatnot, but...
Would you say, of the songs that we've done so far, that this is the one you've gotten to do
I think this is the most consistent that I've played. Well, minus the stuff that we've worked on. I mean, like, per week, I think it's the most consistent. I don't know, I think I played the best out of any of them on this one.
Hell yeah. Well, I sincerely was enjoying everything that you were laying down there, and then, Zach, you went in, threw some bass on it. Any issues with the figuring out the bass line for what you had written on the guitar? Did you have to drop down to D for that too?
Oh yeah, I did.
How was that? You're a bassist by trade generally, so do you like playing bass in drop D even less than you like playing guitar in drop D?
I just don't like playing in D. Some songs need it. Like if a song's in D, then it's right.
Yeah.
But as far as
keeping a guitar
just like I'm just like having all the guitars tuned the same. You just grab it and you play it. Yeah. And it just works.
Sure.
Now, as far as the guitar went, you played the Flying V on this one, right?
I did.
You did play the Flying V. So the Flying V through... And what amp is James' amp up there?
Mesa Boogie.
Mesa Boogie. Oh. Yeah. So you got a lot of nice gain on it. It sounds fucking beautiful.
And there's not a lot of... There's one layer of drums, one layer of bass.
Okay. We didn't do much doubling.
Guitar,
we didn't double
there's
any
only
vocals.
Very small sections that have two guitars at the same time. And the vocals is just... It's a couple layers now because of the effects, but it's really just one. Yeah, we did pretty much one run of it for one final cut of it in there, and then you were saying with a lot of these songs from that time period, the filters that they would put over it really add to the feeling of the song, the ambiance of the vocals and everything along those lines. Right. Now lyrically, this time I've been learning from what you guys have been saying, and I know I'm very wordy, and I write a lot of words, and with grunge it's a lot of holding out vowel sounds. Right. And at one point while we were recording, I was like, let me just go full Scott Stapp on it, and it was just too cartoony. Too cartoony. Didn't work.
I've not heard any of these vocals.
You haven't heard any of the vocals because you were down here making us dinner, like a good lady, and we appreciate it. And we did finish the vocals, and then what did you add after vocals? Did you go back over with any other guitar? Nope. So you were just up there wrapping it up, mixing it, mastering it, and putting the final product together. Yeah. All right. Now, what did we wind up calling this song?
Purple Hot Dog?
Purple Hot Dog,
yes.
Now, the reason we called it Purple Hot Dog, back to the lyrics, I wrote these short and succinct lyrics about a person that is just living their same life over and over again. They're fully consciously aware of living on repeat and just wanting it to be the last time that they're going through all of this. Right. So I said, well, Justin, you said it was like Groundhog's Day. Yeah. And then I said Grunge Day. Yeah. And then Zach said, that is terrible. And he changed it to Purple Hot Dog. Purple Hot Dog. D-A-W-G. Okay, well, at least it's dog. Okay, Purple Hot Dog.
I almost never say D-O-G.
D-O-G?
Yeah. So it's dog.
No, or at least D-O-double-G, Never just a D-O-G. Oh, yeah. Now, any record breaking with the length on this song this week? All right, so just a nice
standard-ass song.
Yeah.
Alt-rock, grunge.
Sure.
Radio single from Brunch.
You're hearing it first.
You're hearing it first here. All right, so let's jump into this, and then when we come back from the break, we have a little bit of a special event for our final segment here.
All right.
We'll be back in, I'm going to say 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
See ya. All right. Holy fuck. That was fucking sweet, man.
You know what? I gotta get better with my fucking snare rolls because I don't like them.
You don't like
They're
it?
too rushed, yeah.
I mean,
Granted, I'm just nitpicking on that. But
and we also, again, write a song in 3 hours
right,
or so every single week.
But
so
yeah,
you can't be
I'm
too
having problems
terribly.
with the cymbals. I just can't get the cymbals to sit right.
I have to deaden them more, I think.
Well, I don't know why you guys are getting all, like, humglum over it, because that song fucking rocks.
But when that part on the toms, when there's no cymbals, it just punches you right.
Yeah.
And when those cymbals come in, they just sound cheap to me.
Okay.
They're good cymbals. Yeah. I just don't have
You're not picking it up the right way.
I don't have the right placement. We tried something new today, too.
I think it worked better. It did work better.
I think it sounded decent, but I just don't have the room set for those cymbals quite right.
We'll figure it out, though. But the song was rad. I thoroughly enjoy it.
I think I did a phenomenal job on all of my shit. So thank you. Justin, you need work.
Yeah,
you need work, brother. And Zach, it's magic. Anything in that cup? Nothing in that cup?
No, dude.
Oh, it wasn't even a cat to blame. Yeah. Wasn't even a cat to blame. All right, so for our final little part here, what I wanted to do is some trivia for you guys. All right. Now,
some trivia.
For those who know me in the real world, I work at our sometimes sponsor butt plugs, cock rings, and I sell those on the side when I'm not working at the Cinder Bar and Grill in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. Every Wednesday there, PA all day, PA all day. But the every Wednesday night I host a trivia night from 7:30 to 9:30. Now I put a decent amount of effort into the questions, and I try to make it not so hard that people can't answer them, and using the wording of the question to give them certain hints.
Sure.
And I'm curious to see if on a round that I'm going to go through here, which is called Previously on Trivia Night, that'll be our first round.
Okay.
This is a
Are any of these from the night that I almost won?
They could be. I do not believe so. But they are
were so close.
They are a mix of questions from the first about 6-7 weeks of my trivia night.
Right.
Now, with the trivia night, the way I do it is I have 3 rounds. I ask the people in that are in the audience, people that are coming, not in the audience, but people that are in the bar that are coming for trivia night, to give me ideas for categories that they want.
Sure.
Sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. And even when I get a suggestion, I'm trying to then stump the person who suggested it. I want it to be just as difficult for them, which might make it more difficult for someone else. So what I'm curious here is the two of you are slightly intelligent to above average intelligence human beings, and you are not too drunk right now.
Right.
So
not yet.
With no real context other than these have been questions I've asked previously on my trivia nights.
I think I asked.
I want to see just how good you guys can do on these questions.
Were these questions that stumped people?
They weren't questions that stumped people. They were just questions that I thought were either the best questions, my favorite written questions, anything like that. So
these will be questions that you're asking tomorrow.
No, these are questions that I've asked in the past. These are questions I've asked in the past.
You already know the answers coming up.
Yes, so but these are not for tomorrow. These are not for tomorrow. These were from January 2nd I asked these questions. So the way we're going to do it, each of you have a piece of paper and you have a black marker. I am going to, for the first round, I am going to read through these questions, and each of them has a multiple choice for the answers, A, B, C, or D.
Gotcha.
I'm going to read the question, read the answers, and I want you both to write down your answers quietly on your own, and then we'll go back over, read through, and see how you guys scored on this, all right?
Gotcha.
So it's fairly simple, and if you're listening at home, please play along and see how you do. If you're listening live, let us know exactly how you scored out of 10. We'll give you 1 point for every single question, all right?
Sure.
So the first question comes from my U.S. history category.
Okay.
All right. So question number 1, the Constitution of the United States is a living, growing document. The precedent was set in 1791 to allow for changes with the first 10 amendments. What do we call the first 10 amendments? You only have to write A, B, C, or D for your answer, okay? So what do we call the first 10 amendments? Is it A, the Federalist Papers, B, the Bill of Rights, C, the Declaration of Independence, or D, the Magna Carta? Again, A, Federalist Papers, B, Bill of Rights, C, Declaration of Independence, D, Magna Carta.
Okay.
Both good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Number 2, this is from my classic TV sitcom category. The Jeffersons moved up from Queens to Manhattan in 1975, leaving behind their original castmates on what classic TV sitcom? Once again, the Jeffersons moved up from Queens to Manhattan in 1975, leaving behind their original castmates on what classic TV sitcom? Was it A, Family Ties, B, What's Happening, C, All in the Family, or D, Three's Company? All right, again, A, Family Ties, B, What's Happening, C, All in the Family, D, Three's Company. Let me know when you're good.
I'm good.
You're all right?
Yeah.
How you feeling confident on the first two?
No.
All right.
I actually think I know the answer, but I don't think
All right.
I know the answer. Like, it's not coming to me. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Now, number 3, this is from my, just a generic sports category I did one night.
Okay. Your college football category.
College football, yes. The NCAA red shirt and the freshman at Notre Dame category.
Yes.
Number 3, Babe Ruth debuted with the Boston Red Sox in 1914 before being traded to the New York Yankees and creating the Curse of the Bambino. Known mostly for his big bat, what position did George Herman Babe Ruth originally play? What position did Babe Ruth originally play? Was he A, a starting pitcher, B, a left fielder, C, shortstop, or D, catcher?
I have no idea.
Oh, no idea. A, starting pitcher, B, left fielder, C, shortstop, D, catcher. Justin, feeling confident on this one?
So.
You think you got this one? You're a baseball guy. You're a baseball guy, so hopefully you get a little bit in there. You're not either a Boston or Yankee fan.
I am not.
You're not.
And I've watched the movie Babe.
You've seen the movie Babe.
I don't know if they've
the
talked
pig
about
one
it.
or the
Pig?
one with John
Both of
Goodman?
them.
Both of them?
Yeah.
They are both good movies.
They
are. And slightly confusing because I think at both different points in both movies somebody says that'll do pig to the main person named Babe.
Yeah.
All right, number 4. This was from my fashion category.
Okay.
All right, number 4. Prostitution is the oldest career in recorded history. During the Italian Renaissance, ladies of the night would wear what color to let passers-by know that they were for sale?
Right.
All right, during the Italian Renaissance, ladies of the night would wear what color to let passers-by know they were for sale? A, red, B, black, C, yellow, D, green. A, red, B, black.
I know what I want to go with.
C, yellow, D, green.
Do I feel like it's wrong?
Yeah, I feel like it's wrong if I go with that. Say them one more time.
A is red, B is black, C is yellow, D is green. All right. Some struggle on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Between 2. Well, 3, really.
All right. And now moving on to number 5. This one is from my Animal Kingdom category.
Okay.
You've heard of a pride of lions, a gaggle of geese, and a murder of crows. But what animal, when gathered in a large group, is known as a flamboyance?
Yeah.
What animal, when gathered...
I must admit, I was here for this trivia.
You were here for that one?
Yes.
So do you remember it?
I do know
You
it.
do remember it. All right.
Cheater!
Well, then, a little bit of an advantage.
Cheater!
Hey.
Was it A, or is it flamboyance? Is it A, flamingos, B, peacocks, C, queen angelfish, D, chameleons? Again, A, flamingos. B, peacocks. C, queen angelfish. D, chameleons. And I want to say something right off the bat. Both of you are immediately smarter than most people that go to most trivia nights because they hear the right answer and they write it down immediately.
Yeah.
They don't, like, even, like, if you know it, that's great. But then everybody just saw you write down the answer after C or after D.
Or they think you're wrong.
Or they think you're wrong. True. They could think you're wrong. But I always kind of like...
But they know what you wrote.
My favorite is when you see people doing this.
Yeah.
Like, they'll mimic... You know, like they'll actually say what it is without saying it.
Yeah.
Or it's just like playing poker with somebody. Somebody will tap some, like you have tells on people.
Yes,
and
exactly.
It's like, so when somebody knows the answer that they hear.
Every week I have to tell people you are a lot louder than you think you are.
Yeah.
Like everybody heard your reasoning from across the room, and now they're, again, either stealing your answer or thinking you're an idiot.
Yeah.
All right.
Or both.
Probably both. All right, number 6. This is from my, it was a musical award category, I believe.
Okay.
All right, in 1989, the Grammy for Best Rap Performance was created. It was given out only one more time in 1990 before becoming a yearly award in 2012. So from 90 to 2012, there was no Best Rap Performance.
Really?
Yeah. Kendrick Lamar has won the award 3 times since then. But what rap artist won the inaugural Grammy for Best Rap Performance? Again, that was in 1989. I'm sorry. Yes, for 1989.
1989. Okay.
1989.
Right.
So was it A, LL Cool J for Going Back to Cali? B, Salt and Peppa for Push? C, Cool Mo D for Wild Wild West? Or D, DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Parents Just Don't Understand. Once again,
wow, I really have no idea.
A is LL Cool J, Going Back to Cali. B is Salt and Peppa, Push. C, Cool Mo D, Wild Wild West. And
Wild
D,
Wild West.
DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, Parents Just Don't Understand.
That's a great song.
It is a great song. Honestly, out of these 4 songs, that's the one I've heard.
No, you've definitely heard.
I've probably heard the other. I mean, Going Back to Cali.
Push or Push It?
Push It. Sorry, Push It.
Okay.
Push it real good.
Not Push. Push It.
Copyright
Push it
strike.
real good. I think we did too much there.
From one of them.
We did too many.
Oh wait, no, they're both still alive, right?
All right. I think they are. Yes.
Salt
I
and
think
Pepper?
they're still. Yeah, they're still
Salt
torn.
is still with Peppa.
Salt is still with Peppa. Paprika has not had to join the band yet. All right, number 7. This is from my category that was on serial killers.
Okay.
Luis Garavito, one of the world's most terrible serial killers, admitted to the killings of 147 boys, while the real total is believed to be over 300. Due to Colombian laws, due to Colombian laws limiting sentence lengths, Garavito only received a sentence of 30 years for his crimes.
300 people?
300 people, 30 years.
Jesus.
What nickname did the media give Mr. Luis Garavito? Was he A, the animal, B, the beast, C, the tiger, or D, the badger? Killed 300 people, serving 30 years. He's not yet out, I don't believe.
Okay.
So the second he kills somebody else, he can go back in for another 30 years.
Is that the minimum? Like that when you
that
kill
is the
somebody?
maximum sentence.
So when you
length,
kill somebody, they're like 30 years.
30 years. And yeah, so it maxes out.
I mean, not to
Probably
justify
for
his thing, but he was
prison,
probably like, wait, I get 30 years for
control.
one. Might as well do 300.
Might as well do 300 and only admit to about 147 of them.
Can you read the answers again?
Yes, once again, A, the animal, B, the beast,
Some of these...
C, the tiger, D, the badger.
Some of these... There's one I want to say, but I don't know if it's because of a movie.
Maybe. You never know. All right, get your answers down.
I am doing terrible.
We don't know. We haven't heard any.
You never know.
My confidence level is in the toilet.
In the toilet. All right. I mean, see, this is a good try because I want to see because the second round is going to be a little bit different.
Okay.
But the first round, this is all just random trivia that are not necessarily in categories that the two of you are big on, right? Sure. So we're just seeing what the base level is. All right, so number 8. The word dynasty, this is from a sports championship category.
Okay, I thought we were talking about, like, Asian people.
No. The word dynasty, weird.
Dynasty?
Why is that weird?
Like there are other dynasties outside of Asia.
I know, but I'm just.
I mean, I guess it is.
I think Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors? Okay.
Sorry.
You're a nerd.
Yeah.
All right. Again, number 8. The word dynasty gets thrown around a bit too often in the world of sports, but it's very hard to deny a team the title of dynasty when they win 8 straight consecutive championships. With the longest streak of championship wins in any professional sport, what team went to and won 8 straight championship titles in their respective sport? The only one in any sport ever to do 8 straight.
8 straight.
Now, was it A, the Pittsburgh Steelers, B, the New York Yankees, C, the Montreal Canadiens, or D, the Boston Celtics?
Is that a real team, the Montreal Canadiens?
They are a real team in a real sport called hockey.
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 Is that an Asian sport?
It is not. It's like curling, but more aggressive.
Aggressive curling.
Aggressive curling.
Real aggressive. Extreme curling.
I want to do some extreme downhill curling. This is so easy! It's don't break the stone. You got to make it out of glass.
Don't break your face.
And don't break your face. Yes, yes. All right, so again, your options there were Pittsburgh Steelers, A, B was New York Yankees, C, Montreal Canadiens, and D, the Boston Celtics. All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Feel confident?
I do.
You do?
I think.
Zach?
No.
No? All right.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I mean, there could be a possibility that there are 2 teams that are very close on that.
Very true. Very true. All right. Now, number 9. This is from the, I think it was like a company slogans or mottos, something like that.
Okay.
Currently, this company sits atop of the tech world, but it wasn't always the case. Like many companies in Silicon Valley, they were nearly extinct early on before they solidified themselves a tech giant. What company leads the way in innovation behind their motto, Think Different? Think Different.
Oh, I should know this.
Is it A, Google, B, SpaceX, C, Apple, or D, Samsung? Think Different. A, Google, B, SpaceX.
That is a tough one.
C,
Apple. I know
D,
that one.
Samsung.
I know that
one. You might just
one.
give me the answer.
You might not. It's
maybe not. You might just know that one. I mean,
that is one.
I feel like I should know that, but
all right.
I don't know.
Yeah. Somebody, I forgot when I read it out loud. Somebody shouted out because somebody that wasn't playing thought they knew the answer and shouted out. I forget what the fuck they said, but it was something dumb like the New York Times or something like that. They like think different. New York Times. I said tech company. That is the opposite of tech. That is print media.
Yeah.
That is so far from tech.
Yeah.
All right. Number 10. Number 10. All right. This is from my Review of the Year 1999 category.
Okay.
It was right before New Year's. I was reviewing 1999. All right, because now we're 20 years back from that. Yeah. On December 1st of 1999, Jay-Z reportedly stabbed Lance Rivera at a release party for Q-Tip's newest album. The reason for the stabbing, where Jay-Z allegedly shanked him in the stomach with a 5-inch blade, was suspicion of bootlegging. For what 1999 Jay-Z album was Rivera suspected of bootlegging with such singles as Do It Again, Put Your Hands Up, and Big Pimpin'? So what Jay-Z album had Do It Again and Big Pimpin'? A, Reasonable Doubt. B, Volume 3, Life and Times of S. Carter. C, The Dynasty, Rock La Familia, his Asian-influenced record.
Yeah.
And D, The Blueprint. All right, again, A, Reasonable Doubt. B, Volume 3, The Life and Times of S. Carter. C, The Dynasty, Rock La Familia. D, the blueprint?
Really hope I don't get this one wrong.
All right. All right. So I'm going to go through the questions, read them off, and then you tell me what you had, and you can just like mark yourselves correct or incorrect. All right. So number 1, the Constitution of the United States is a living, growing document. What do we call the first 10 amendments? Justin, what is your answer?
B.
B, which is Bill of Rights. Zach, your answer?
Yeah.
B, Bill of Rights. That is correct. So both of you 1 and 1. All right. The Jeffersons came off of what classic TV sitcom? Number 2.
I put B, but it could have been All in the Family.
You think it's What's Happening, but you
Might
think it
have
also
been
be All in the Family.
I think it's All in the Family.
You put C?
Yeah.
All right, it is C, All in the Family. So 2-1 for Zach.
You had me mess up with the other Family Ties.
That's what
and then
it
in
is.
my mind, I'm just like, wait,
what
which one is Family Ties?
Yeah. Which one's got Michael J. Fox? Which one's got an old curmudgeon on a fucking chair?
Yep. True. And I forgot.
They're
He was a mailman, right?
I forget what his position was. I think he was like their neighbor or something like
maybe,
that.
Maybe it was a neighbor.
And which one had Steve Urkel? Family Matters.
Family Matters.
Yes.
I could have thrown that in there. I didn't even think about that.
Family
That's a good
Ties,
one.
Family Matters.
Yeah.
Family,
All right.
Having sex with your family.
Sex with family matters. Sex with your family in the city matters.
Yes.
It's good crossover.
Yes.
I'm such a Steven. You're such a Stefan. All right, number 3, Babe Ruth debuted for the Red Sox and then 1914 before being traded to the New York Yankees. What position did Babe Ruth originally play?
Was he a shortstop?
Justin says C, shortstop. Zach?
Well, in my mind, I didn't say shortstop, but I did write C. So
wrote
I
C?
guess I fucked up.
All right, what did you think?
I thought it was outfield.
Outfield, all right. Both of you would have been incorrect. He was a starting pitcher.
He was a starting pitcher,
He
too.
was
Was he?
a
He
starting
was so
pitcher.
big.
Oh, that's the, yeah. And the funny thing is, he was so big. He was like 6'2".
Yeah.
He was only like
just a big dude,
6'2",
though.
but back then nobody was 6'2", 250.
I mean, if I was,
you were back then,
I
you
was
would
fucking
be
giant.
you would
A
be in a
god.
freak show.
Yeah.
You would be in a freak show.
They would kill you.
They
Probably.
would. They'd be like, get
Probably.
get fire and pitchforks and let's chase him through the countryside.
Yeah.
All right. The number 4, prostitution is the oldest career in recorded history. During the Italian Renaissance, what color did ladies of the night wear to let everybody know they
Okay, so
were
I
for
wanted
sale?
to go with red,
Okay.
and then black crossed
Yes.
my mind, but I think it is yellow.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking Italy.
Italy. All right, Zach.
I went with red because I had no idea on that scene.
All right.
Roxanne!
You
Yeah.
don't have to put on that red light, and in Italy you wouldn't because it would be C, yellow.
Oh, yeah.
Yellow. Now my only thought there is it's to hide the stains.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
To hide
that is quite
Oh, the
possible.
yellowy
stains.
cum stains.
That's what it'd be. That Italian jism.
Yeah.
And the ricotta. Can't tell.
I
Yeah,
just got
ricotta
done
turns
making
yellow when it
ricotta.
goes
Is it
bad.
jizz or is it ricotta? Is it jizz or is it ricotta? What if it had been jizz?
Taste it.
All right. Number 5, you've heard of Pride of Lions, Gaggle of Geese, and a Murder of Crows. But what animal in a large group is known as a flamboyance? Justin?
Flamingos.
You said flamingos. That is correct. What did you throw down, Zach?
Flamingos, A.
Flamingos. You got it. A. All right. So what are we at so far?
3
What do you
here.
got? 3
I
and
got
3?
3, yeah.
All right. So we're tied up at 3 halfway through. Number 6, in 1989, the Grammy for Best Rap Performance was created. Who won the inaugural Grammy for Best Rap Performance? Justin.
DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
That's what I put.
That's what you put, and you were both correct.
Yeah.
Parents just don't understand.
That's
See,
D,
that's
right?
the right area.
That was D, yes, sir. Number 7, Luis Garavito admitted to killing 147 boys, while the real number is believed to be over 300. What nickname did the media give Mr. Garavito? Justin, number 7.
I wanted to put the Beast, but then I thought of Split. And
Okay.
I wasn't sure if you'd seen it.
Okay.
So I went with C.
All right,
The
and Zach?
A. I went with A, animal.
It is B, the Beast. They called him the
Damn.
Beast. All right,
I never heard of that guy. I had no idea.
I saw him in a documentary at one point, so I figured there was enough of people that watch documentaries on
Yeah,
Netflix.
that you could-
Good chance that you might have heard
Sure,
of him.
sure.
Also, everyone should know of a man who's only spending 30 years in prison
For
for
killing
300 people.
Yeah.
It's terrible. If you want to
insane.
get into murder, I guess go to Colombia.
What happens if you're not Colombian?
I mean, it's still
Same
their
thing?
laws.
Is it 5
yeah.
years? Then?
Maybe you get
oh,
deported.
you're not from here. It's
Yeah, maybe
5
you get
years.
deported. Yeah, you're not from here? Weekend. Weekend in the stocks.
Yeah, here's
go.
some powder.
In the stocks. Just go out there. We're going to...
chew on
People are
this
going
root.
to throw food at you.
Chew on
and
this root.
Maybe pee on you a little bit, but yeah, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. All right, so number 8, the word dynasty gets thrown around a bit too often. What is the only team, though, in any sport to win 8 consecutive championships?
The Yankees.
The Yankees is Justin's. Both of you are incorrect. It would be the Boston Celtics.
Yep.
From, I believe, 1957 to 1965.
So wait, what is it? How many are the Yankees?
The Yankees, I believe,
6 or
have
7?
only ever won, I believe, and James, though, if you're listening in still, correct me if I'm mistaken, I believe
5?
it was like 4.
Okay.
I don't think they've ever won more than 4 straight. And even that, I'm not
8
sure.
is an insane feat, dude.
That is absurd. That is absurd.
Imagine if the Patriots were 8 years in.
Now, granted, this was a time when they were in Boston, it was basketball, and there were probably 4 brothers in the entire league.
Sure.
And you just got a bunch of dudes from Boston that grew up on the street playing Boston ball. They're probably just murdering people on the court, for 8 years.
I mean, that's why Larry Bird
I don't want to
for him,
blanket
right?
statement an entire city of racists,
That's
but
why
I mean,
Larry Bird played for him, right?
Yeah.
The hardball.
Yeah, the hardball. Because Larry Bird liked to stab people with his nose.
Yeah.
That's what he liked to do. Oh, yeah. All right, number 9. What company leads the way in innovation behind their motto?
I gave
Think
this one
different.
away.
You gave it away?
Apple.
No, it's
Apple,
Apple. It is Apple.
I was going to put Google, and then I'm like,
Google.
All right.
I was also thinking IBM.
Don't be evil.
Yeah, don't be evil.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't
That's
be
right.
evil is there, and it's like now in their charter for like their
Which
new
they're going to be.
employees.
It's actually be evil.
That's
Be
the,
evil.
That's the
Be
first
evil.
warning sign. Don't be evil. Like in any movie. Like
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
a good
yeah.
company. Don't be evil.
Don't
and
be
then they
evil.
become the evil.
Oh, now we have got you.
Watch
All
me,
right,
Google.
now number
Or you're
10,
watching me.
last one was the Jay-Z question. Which album had the singles such as Do It Again and Big Pimpin'? Zach, you said pretty confident.
No, I thought it's Blueprint, right?
It is not Blueprint.
Is it B?
It is
Volume
B,
3?
Volume 3,
Oh,
Life
yeah.
and Times of S. Carter. So, Justin, how many did you wind up
I
correct?
have 6 right now.
6, and Zach?
5.
5. All right. So,
Stupid
right
Jay-Z.
there, you're at 5 and 6. So you're right 50 and 60%. All right. So it's not terrible.
Right.
When I did that category, and a good amount of the people that were coming had been there for all of these questions already. One team that just always seems to win, I think got 8 out of 10 right.
Take cell phones. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, I keep an eye. I keep an eye on that. I used to give them bags to put them in, and it just got annoying.
Yeah.
But they got 8 out of 10, and I think the next closest was 4 out of 10. So
for
you guys
people that have been steadily going.
So, and they had already heard these questions. So you guys are above average on that. All right.
I'll take that.
So now, what we are going to do for the second round is we're going to read a category that will be for tomorrow's live trivia night at the Cinder.
So you can get
So
these
if you are
answers.
listening now, you are getting a head start.
Oh damn!
On tomorrow.
James,
now,
what are you doing tomorrow? You want to go to trivia?
I am doing this because I safely believe that I wrote a category with questions on alternative rock.
Okay.
That most people will not be able to answer.
Okay.
But since we are music-minded people, this should be a 10 for 10 round for both of you.
Okay.
It should be, in my opinion, a 10 for 10 round. So what we're going to do is we are going to go through and I'm going to read the questions. And then if you need multiple choice, let me know, and I'm going to give you a different colored pen, and you're going to write your answer in that one, all right?
All right.
So you're going to get multiple choice,
Only
and you
if
write
we
your
need
answer
multiple
there.
choice.
Only if you do.
Okay.
If you do not need, you just write the answer down,
And what
all
are we
right?
getting, a half a point
and you
for
just
one?
write it. No, I just want to see, just a different way of grading.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do that. 2 points for everyone you get without multiple choice, 1 point if you do. All right?
Okay.
So we're going to start off. Just got to load this because it didn't open correctly. There we go. All righty. So the category, again, that will be at the Cinder tomorrow evening for the final round of Trivia Night. It is 90s alternative rock. All right?
Okay.
Question number 1. Lightning Crashes was released in September of 1994 off the album Throwing Copper. The single was never officially released in the U.S., but it managed to peak at number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart in 1995.
Right.
What band released this 90s epic? Neither of you need multiple choice.
Nope.
All right.
Good on that one.
Moving on to number 2.
I have that album.
In
It is actually a good album.
All right.
And the one... we'll talk about it.
Number 2. In 1996, the world lost a musical genius when Sublime frontman Bradley Nowell passed away from a drug overdose. In 1997, their final album continued to top the charts with such hits as Wrong Way and What I Got. Soon, the other 2 members decided to reform the band with a new lead singer. Since the estate of Nowell blocked their attempts at using the name Sublime, they began touring as, and tour to this day, under Sublime with who?
Got it.
No multiple choice needed.
Nope.
All right. Both of you fairly confident.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3. Oasis is a British rock band that formed in 1991 and spent the 90s atop the charts across the globe. Their 2 biggest albums, Definitely Maybe and What's the Story, Morning Glory, helped them become the most successful band in the world from 1995 to 2005, spending 765 total weeks in the top 75 singles and albums charts. Which, real quick, holy fucking shit, I didn't know that. That's absurd.
Wow, yeah.
They held the Guinness Book of World Records spot of the most successful band in the world.
It's crazy.
For a decade. While the band was originally comprised of 5 members, 2 brothers were the creative force behind this rock group. Who were these brothers?
That's a 2-part question. You want both their first names?
Just their first names.
All right.
And their last names?
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming if you have their first names, you have their last names. All right. Number 4, Bush, another Brit alt-rock band, was fronted by the almost too good-looking Gavin Rossdale. The lead singer, with his statuesque bone structure and the hair of a god, was a heartthrob for teens across the world. Millions were devastated when Rossdale married for the first time in 2002. What female vocalist did Gavin Rossdale wed, leading to a 14-year marriage with 4 children? Justin, do you need multiple choice?
No.
Zach, do you need multiple choice?
I don't know.
All right. Gavin Rossdale wed, leading to a 14-year
It might
marriage.
help that I grew up in this era.
With 4 children. That's correct. A, Gwen Stefani. B, Alanis Morissette. C, Fiona Apple. D, Laura Jane Grace. A joke nobody will
get.
So
the answer I wanted to write is one of the choices.
All right, so you get that, write that down.
Yeah.
Just mark it. I'm going to give you a special pen, but just remember that was number 4 you had to do. All right. Number 5, it is widely accepted that Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit was the top song of the 90s, and when Kurt Cobain passed away in 94, there was a huge void left in the world of alternative music.
Even to this day, people are still
Conspiracy. Within months of the lead singer's death, drummer Dave Grohl went into the studio on his own and recorded an album entirely by himself. Under what band name did Dave Grohl release this solo album? If you need multiple choice, I murder you for this one.
Murder.
All right. This one's a little bit longer, so I'm just going to read the final sentence of this one.
Okay.
For what band did Chris Cornell sing and play guitar for?
Ow.
If you don't know that one, go back 45 minutes in this episode and then shoot yourself in the foot.
You should rewrite that question.
Yeah.
And what side project?
What?
Co-sing and...
Yeah. You never know what's coming down the line over here.
Well, all right.
Say no to heaven.
All
Did
right.
you see Miley Cyrus sing that?
No.
Really?
Incredible.
Whoa.
Fucking incredible.
I didn't know
She's
that.
got a great voice, dude.
She does.
She is incredible.
She should do what Weezer does and just only cover songs.
Yeah.
I actually asked Weezer to do that on an episode in the summer, and now that's all they've been doing, so I think they listen. All right, number 7. Seattle may have had grunge, but Chicago was capturing the art and punk-influenced alt-rock sound. What female-fronted band formed in Chicago in 1992 took their name from one of the characters from the classic novel Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Wait, say this whole thing again?
Yep.
Seattle may have had grunge, but Chicago was capturing the art and punk-influenced alt-rock sound. What female-fronted band formed in Chicago in 1992 took their name from one of the characters from the classic novel Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
God damn it. I'm going to have to ask for multiple choice just because I don't remember the last name.
The last name?
Yes.
All right. So number 7, Justin's taking multiple choice.
I'll mark it down.
Is it A, Augustus Glump? B, Veruca Salt?
Yeah, okay.
C, Violet Beauregard?
God damn it.
D, Mike TV. All right.
God damn it.
If you didn't
I love
hear
that band,
Zach.
Mike TV.
Mike TV. It could be a
So
band.
good.
It should be a
I'm
band.
sure it is a band.
It could be a tribute band to, well, we already know it's Veruca Salt because Justin got mad about it. All right, number 8, The Wallflowers were formed in L.A. in 1989, and they've gone through many lineup changes in the last 30 years, but one person has remained the centerpiece. With their big hit single, One Headlight, the band peaked with their sophomore album, Bringing Down the House. The lead singer, Jacob, is music royalty, as he is the son of what songwriting legend?
Yeah.
All right, good for both of you on that one.
Oh, yeah.
I also just hate that his name Jacob is spelled Jakob.
Yeah.
It just looks
K-O-B.
weird. K-O-B.
Jacoby.
Jacoby. It should be Jacoby if it's got a K in it. That's
right.
literally what my thought is every time I see that name. Oh, dear Jesus. All right, number 9. For superfans of any genre, it's hard to top the notion of a supergroup forming comprised of members from all of your favorite bands. In the 90s, members from Pearl Jam, Mother Love Bone, Green River, and Soundgarden joined forces for one self-titled album. By what name did this supergroup of grunge go by?
I think they have 2 albums, actually.
Officially only listed one.
one.
Yeah, only one self-titled.
Maybe they did some live stuff
They
that...
probably did. I think they did a
okay.
reunion on their 25th, I think in 96.
Okay.
Yeah, or sorry, in 2006. I think they did a 25th reunion. All right.
Somebody's real hungry.
All right, now number 10. 25 years ago, Green Day crossed over to the mainstream, forever changing the scope of popular music as we know it. For most fans, the pinnacle of Green Day was the song Basket Case, off the same album as other hits, singles Welcome to Paradise and When I Come Around. And She.
It's not a hit, though.
I mean, I had She written in there, and also Burnout, or whatever the other one.
Yeah.
What was the nickname of this monumental album released by the pop-punk trio Green Day 25 years ago?
Nickname?
What was the name of this monumental album released by the pop-punk trio Green Day 25 years ago? What was the name of the album? All right. More confident that you each got one assistant, right?
Assistant.
Yeah.
So you each got one assistant. So if we're going 2 points for all of them, if you did unassisted in one,
then
you max out right now at an equal score.
Yes.
You should. Again, we are all musically inclined people. We are, for the most part, into alternative rock.
Right.
All right.
So James O said, "Damn Kyle, what are these questions like the whole Wikipedia page, son?"
Yes, pretty much. For the most part. That's where most of all my questions come from. It gets boring after a couple of weeks. All right, number 1, Lightning Crashes was released in September of 94 off the album Throwing Copper. What band released this 90s epic?
Live.
All right, good.
Their new album with Chris Shin, or the latest album they put out, is really fucking
Is it good?
Yeah, check
I
it
didn't
out.
even know that they had released one. That's pretty sweet.
Christian from, I forget what else he did except for Unified Theory, but he was basically when Blind Melon had broken up, they reformed and did a lot of work with him.
Hell yeah.
He just has a cool ass voice.
Hell yeah. Wonderful. Also touring still is number 2. Sublime began touring with a replacement. They were touring as Sublime with who? Rome. That is correct. 2 for 2 for both of you. Number 3, Oasis was had 2 brothers that were the creative force behind the rock group. Who were these brothers?
Noel and Joel Gallagher?
Noel and Liam.
Noel and Liam.
Yeah, fuck me.
All right.
Why did I know?
Noel and Joel. Noel
why
and
Joel?
Liam Gallagher.
God damn it.
Your other options for that one, when I give it, are going to be Angus and Malcolm Young, Ray and Dave Davies,
totally put
and
Noel
Mark and
and
David
Joel.
Knopfler. I was gonna put Benji and Joel from fucking
Madden.
Madden from Good Charlotte. Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, so one
God
colossal
damn it.
blunder over here. All right, Bush. Bush, lead vocalist, Gavin Rossdale, married Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
So, Zach, is that what you wound up going with?
Gwen Stefani.
All right.
In my
so
mind,
right
I said that, and I was just like, no, that doesn't
It's
make
weird,
sense.
right?
Like,
It's
I
a very
immediately
weird thing.
knew that, but then I questioned myself, like, that's... No, wait a minute.
damn it.
And then when you gave me the choice, I was...
Oh, that's what I was hoping. Once you'd hear the option, you'd get annoyed. All right. It is widely accepted that Nirvana smells like Teen Spirit. All right, Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters.
Come on,
what we got
my
from
mom
James,
would
though?
get that one.
Joel and Bowl.
Joel and Bowl. Dole and Goal.
Oh, God.
All right.
I don't know. Yeah, fuck. Whatever.
All right, number 6, for what band did Chris Cornell sing and play guitar for?
Soundgarden.
Soundgarden. All right, and number 7 we already know is Veruca Salt.
Yeah.
And Mike TV. And number 8, Jacob, the lead singer of the Wallflowers, is the son of what?
Bob Dylan.
Bobby D.
Bobby D. Your options there are going to be John Fogerty, Paul McCartney, Bob Dylan, and Pete Townsend.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Number 9, superfans of any genre love a supergroup. Formed by Pearl Jam, Mother Love Bone, Green River, and Soundgarden members. What is the name of this super grunge group?
Temple of the Dog.
Temple of the Dog. Zach, is that what you have?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, yeah, bud.
Buddy.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
bud.
number 10, what was the Green Day album that was released 25 years ago with Basket Case, Welcome to Paradise, and When I Come Around?
Dookie.
Dookie.
Yeah.
That is Dookie. Now, with the exception of one colossal blunder there from Justin. Zach, you have all of them right with the help of one. So you're at 19 points, so that would put Justin at a 17 points.
Yeah.
17 points?
Wait.
Yeah, he got one wrong.
You got one wrong and you got one
right.
half point.
You're
All
right,
right, so you're
you're
at
right.
17 points on that.
You never lived.
But you had
Joel and
Noel.
Joel and Noel.
Golden Bowl.
I don't know why. I don't know.
Rolling
See,
Dole.
I wasn't gonna ask for a like. I was like, I knew Noel,
You knew Noel.
and I'm just like, okay, and then it just popped. In
You're
my
like,
head,
what's
and I
that
was
other
like, okay.
Irish type of name?
Oh, no.
Joel.
Joel and Noel.
Noel and Joel.
Noli.
Now, Noel is spelled with 2 L's. Did you spell Joel with 2 L's
No,
as well?
just the one.
No, I wrote Noel.
Noel.
All right.
I
All
just
right.
spelled it wrong and left it.
Now, the two of you, again, being people that are exposed more to this style of music, on a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult was the first round?
Way more difficult.
Way more
Way
difficult,
more
comparatively.
Probably.
I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of these questions it's just
It's kind of
so
common
many
knowledge.
conversations, or
Yeah.
it's in your face
Yeah.
way more.
So
More than you know.
when I'm creating these, basically my thing, like I said, is I'm trying to write something that everybody can have a chance at answering correctly.
Sure.
But if you don't know, it's not going to be the most obvious answer. And if you do know, it can still be a little bit of a challenge if you are in the know on that topic.
Sure.
So what I was
Or
trying
if
to
you're
see,
in the Joel on this.
or if you're in the Joel. Now, I was trying to see how much better you guys did, and the fact that you only took 2 lifelines between the two of you, pretty much,
Mainly
and
because I
only
couldn't
had
realize the fucking. I
one
couldn't
issue.
remember salt.
Yes,
For whatever
Veruca Salt.
reason.
Other than that, you would have been still 1 point behind. 'cause
Technically,
you
I should have
said
taken
Joel.
2. Yeah.
You said Noel and Joel.
No, we would have been tied
You
because
would
I
have
had
been tied.
one
I
more
should
point
have
than
taken
him.
the Gwen Stefani
true.
one.
You
I
would have
knew
been
that
tied.
too.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Yeah,
So
whatever.
now,
I'll
anybody
take my loss.
listening, please come out tomorrow and play trivia night at the Cinder at 7:30 from 7:30 to 9:30.
You know what, Jameso? Fuck off, dude. Dave and Jave Davies.
Dave and Jave Davies. Yep. I remember them. Yeah.
great.
Benji and Kenji.
Yeah.
Benji and Kenji.
Oh God.
Yeah, you know,
Oh, Jesus
Paul
Christ.
and Paul McCartney.
Baron and Karen Carpenter.
Brian
and Lyman Wilson.
Brian
Yeah.
and Ryan.
Brian and Ryan Wilson. Yeah. They're good guys.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, they just hang out on a sloop zombie. All right.
God.
Okay, so again, everybody listening at home, come out to trivia night tomorrow at the
Johnny and
Cinder.
Bonnie Cash.
Johnny and Bonnie Cash. The wrong son died there for sure. Oh, right. Now, before we wrap up, anything that you guys wanted to touch on this week?
I just won't be here next week.
You won't be here next week, so we don't have a show.
Right, I'll be in North Carolina.
We're going to be gone for the next week, possibly 2, but most likely just the next week and the week back after that. Please keep your eye out every Monday or Tuesday if we forget to submit our episode.
Sorry. This one will be up in time.
It'll be up on time on iTunes and Stitcher for the Moot Drop, where you can get the wonderful episodes from both us and Let Me Ask You a Question.
Or you could come over and get them on a flash drive.
Or you can get over here, get on a flash drive. We'll give it to you. We might even we can like transcribe the whole entire thing into Sanskrit for you, and you can take that and you can walk around.
Or you could just sit there and not say anything and just watch.
You could do that. Yeah. You could come here, sit on that bench on that piano right there.
We have chairs.
We got another chair over here. Come hang out. Come hang out. If you would like to be a guest, or if you are a musician and you would like to submit music, please hit us up at km.won'tshutup@gmail.com, or you could message us on both Facebook and Instagram. Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up. You can check us out at Houseboat Tommy Lee Jones on YouTube. And very coming soon in the near future, we will have houseboattommyleejones.com up and running.
It is registered.
It is registered.
I'm currently working on the website.
Justin owns the website.
I do.
It's his.
Yes.
We're all getting fucked out of this endeavor. He's going to bring in way funnier fat guy
for the year,
and
dude.
different talented guy. And then he's going to do it all without us.
You know what would be really fun, though?
What?
Figuring out a way to do
I thought you were gonna say
a live show. Do this live recorded.
Yeah.
But it would have to be
well, we do have an invite for a live recording for potentially something in the near future.
Okay.
So
cool.
We might be hanging out in a sake distillery and drinking some sake, eating some sushi.
That would be rad.
Right here with the Coop Dog and the Delaware Water Gap.
All right. Yeah,
all right.
If you got any cedar posts, bring them on down.
Bring them on down.
Cedar.
He does.
Yeah.
That's what Zach's saying. And Zach doesn't lie about wood.
No.
It's one thing. He has tattooed on his calf. Don't lie about wood. It was a reminder.
It's just a picture of a 2x4 and it says, "Don't lie, Stanton."
Don't lie. Yeah.
I'm getting that tattoo tomorrow.
All right.
I love
it. Don't lie. On my forehead.
On my forehead. Don't lie. On a 2x4?
Yeah.
On a 2x4.
Well, actually,
of cedar.
They're making it's like a brand, and
okay.
they've attached to the end of a 2x4. My tattoo artist is going to beat me in the head with a 2x4.
See, isn't that just a burning log at that point?
Yeah.
I think it is.
It's treated, so when it burns, it releases chemicals into your
system. That seems real safe.
That's more safe, for sure.
Safe.
He's got gloves
extra
on.
Safe.
Oh, yeah.
Extra safe. All right, well, for everybody here at Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up, I'm Kyle Mocha. Big thank you to Mr. Justin Olimpado.
Eddie and Betty.
Eddie and Teddy?
Eddie and Betty.
Eddie and Betty.
Oh, okay. Eddie and Betty. Very nice.
I'll see you guys
very nice.
2 weeks.
So thank you to Justin and Dustin Olimpado. And as always, Mr. Zachary.
I'm gonna go hang myself with this microphone cord.
Zachary Crackery Storman.
Crackery.
I'm Kyle Mocha. Thank you so much. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Have a great rest of your evening or day or whatever time you're listening to this. Check us out, iTunes, Stitcher, all that shit we already said. We'll see you next time.
Don't lie about wood.
Don't lie about wood.
Watch out for Noel and Joel.
Noel and Joel.
If they pop up in your town and are looking for a place to stay, not the right people.
Noel and Joel have gold, I'm sure.
Not the right people.
Noel and Joel, we sing our songs. Da-da-da-da-da. All right, we'll see you next time.
Later.
Fuck
Bye.
off.
Moot.tv.
There's nothing more egomaniacal than singing the theme music for your own show. Who am I? Kelsey Grammer. If I could only drink like him, we're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be weak. We're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be total experimental pieces of shit.